Good evening. Good evening. Hello, everyone. Tonight is going to be great. Got some good information for you guys. Tonight, we're going to go into 5 things you never want to do with a credit card. Get your notepads out. Y'all know me. We about to get right into it. All right. So, number one is that here. There are certain times when it makes sense to do it, and certain times where it doesn't make sense to do it. So you have to know when it makes sense to do it. Okay. And that is actually removing people, is essentially always adding and removing people from your credit card. That's the number one thing that you do not want to do on your credit cards. Always adding people and removing people as authorized users on your credit card. Okay. You got to stop doing that. Now, authorized users are really made for family, friends, stuff like that. You technically can add anybody you want to. Adding whomever you want to is really not the issue. The issue is taking someone off, adding someone on, taking someone off, adding someone on. A lot of credit card companies have seen a huge increase in this. I got a video coming up on this. I know y'all like these videos, right? But on certain topics, of course, because I think that this is a topic that a lot of people don't talk about as much, and it has a major impact to what it can do to your credit in general. Okay, so that's number one: is that you do not want to keep adding people and removing people from this at all. All right. D says hello, and don't forget to hit the like button. I ain't say that. That's D up over here making sure that y'all like this video. I appreciate it, D. Thanks for that. So that is number one. You guys got that? Now, and let me know if I need to elaborate on this more. Okay. I have had multiple clients essentially get their credit cards closed out, completely shut down because they kept adding people and removing people within a certain amount of time frame. Okay, there is no quote unquote set time. Credit cards are one of the few things that they have certain regulations, but they don't have to let the public know about those regulations. The best we're going to get is a credit card agreement. What I mean by that is that Discover Card may have different rules than Chase Bank on how often you can add and remove people from these credit cards. Okay. And so that's just what that is. You want to make sure that that is actually making sense when you're adding people on and you're removing people. Okay. And so that's what that is. Credit card companies don't like when you're always adding in authorized users and such. All right. So that is number one. Number two is maxing out your credit card, okay, or taking that credit card over the limit, okay. Now, clearly, if you end up putting having yourself in a situation where you obviously had to max out the credit card, something like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I completely understand if some people don't have certain things in place, right? Where their finances might be tight, or left your credit card, you left your debit card at home. I get those type of situations. You have to understand that some of these credit card companies have over the limit fees. Okay. So if you don't want to pay any over the limit fees, then you most definitely want to make sure that you're always in a position where you're not at least going over the limit. Now, if you max out, that's two different things. Maxing out the credit card, for those who don't know, obviously, is when you are essentially at the limit. The limit is 1,000, and then you of course got the balance all the way up to 4,000. Okay. And then obviously going over the limit would be going over that 4,000 or that 1,000, whatever that limit is for you. Okay. Now, some credit card companies have over the limit fees, and they have over the limit monthly fees as well. Okay. So make sure that you guys are essentially just dodging that with as much as you can, because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're always having to, where you always find yourself essentially going over the limit, or always maxing that credit card out. Now, some of you all need to ask for a credit limit increase. This is a sidebar. Okay. Some of you all need to ask for a credit limit increase. Some of you all are in a good position. Okay. You guys are in a great position, and your credit is decent enough to where you can actually say, hey, listen, you know what? I need to get a credit limit increase because I want to use my credit card a certain amount. Now, it's nothing wrong with using your credit card, to a certain amount. But again, you want to make sure that if you do use like a certain amount every single month, like paying all of your bills, or paying certain types of things for your business, then you need to get really need to get a different type of credit card for that. Okay. But either way, you want to make sure that you're not always doing that. And to avoid that, you can get a credit limit increase. Okay. Some of you all have $2,000 or $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 worth of, expenses or bills that you use for your credit card, specifically for the credit card. But you're saying, well, I want to get these points. You're maxing out your credit card and you're thinking like, okay, I'm getting these points, but I'm not actually, it's affecting my score. Some people forget how major these credit cards actually play a role into your actual credit score. So just keep those things in mind. All right. So next on the list is going to be number three is not using auto pay. Not using auto pay. You need to start using auto pay. Okay. Now, what's killing a lot of people in their credit scores is that they are missing a lot of points by missing a $25 payment, missing a $35 payment, a $100 payment. Now, I'm not saying that, well, Calvin, you know what? I didn't have the money. I understand. I get it. Now, we know that that's going to be a bad situation, right? Because obviously, if you miss a payment, then we get it. You didn't have the money. But here's the thing. The problem is that it really hurts when you lose those points and you actually had the money. I think that's what a lot of people forget is when they actually have the money and then they find themselves where they missed an easy payment. I've seen people with thousands of dollars in their bank account, hundreds of dollars in their bank account, and they just missed a $25 payment, but you just paid $30 for something. Like I just saw them pay for $30 for something. Where you like, well, I know some of you guys are thinking, well, Calvin, you know what? Maybe they didn't have it that day. Listen, everybody got 25 friends that can get them $1. Everybody got 35 friends that'll give them $1. And if you ain't got 35 friends and you got 5 friends, then just divide 35 by 5 and you need to find them 7 people. Okay. Because we're going to get this credit card bill paid. Okay. But I'm saying that to say is that auto pay will be your friend. Stop trying to remember everything. Stop trying to remember everything. Somebody put that in the comments. Stop trying to remember everything. Okay. You listen, it's okay to put something on automatic payments, right? Some of you all need to be putting stuff on automatic payments tonight. Okay. Now I'm going to be diving into all of this and more during my private community. Tomorrow I'm going to be going into a live Q&A. And in my private community, I'm asking everyone what their goals are, right? Whether it's home ownership, buying a car, leasing a car, qualifying for a rental property, or just improving their credit scores, getting a high limit credit card, all of these things, I'm going to be answering their questions on tomorrow. So you guys can actually click right here and actually scan that QR code. It's working tonight. I know y'all was getting on me the other night. So I don't know what was, it's crazy. I thought I connected it. I did not. My bad. Well, I'm sorry. It was connected, but it was working earlier. But anyway, if you guys want to go ahead and do that, you most definitely can go ahead and do that and jump into the community so we can help you accomplish your goals. All right. So you guys got that. Let's do a quick rundown for those who are just joining us. Number one was stop adding and removing people on your credit card as authorized users. If it's family, if it's a friend, leave them on at least for like 6 months, man. Don't try to turn this into something. Okay. So I'm telling you, you most definitely want to do that. All right. Number two is maxing out your credit card and going over the limits. Okay. Maxing out your credit card and going over the limit. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're not doing that. And how we can avoid that is by doing auto pay. Okay. And then, of course, number three is going into turning on auto pay. So some people, they stop turning, they don't even, they ignore it. They say, well, I'm just going to pay this credit card on this day. I'm just going to pay this credit card on this day. And some of y'all still calling in on y'all payments. It's doing too much. It's too much work. Put this stuff on auto pay. You guys make the money. I promise you make the money. Okay. Number four. And if you don't make the money, then you don't have a credit situation. Guess what you have? Somebody tell me what you have. If you don't make the money, that means you don't have a credit situation. You know what you have? You have a financial situation, which means you don't have enough money coming in or you have too many expenses going out. Okay. So we're not going to go deep into budgeting and things of that sort. I'm going to make sure, I get the information to you guys. Okay. Number four is we got to stop ignoring the credit card statements. We got to stop ignoring the credit card statements. What happens when you ignore your credit card statement? Well, there may be someone actually doing some type of fraud. They'll essentially be like on Amazon or something like that, and and then you'll see on your statements that there are scammers out there that essentially they buy stuff on. I'll give you an example because Amazon's always one of the hot ticket items, and it's not just Amazon. I've seen people like hack credit cards all the time. Okay, they had credit cards, they had debit cards, but they love hacking credit cards. Do you know why they love hacking credit cards? Because credit cards get used so much. People won't notice $4 here, $10 there. People are buying stuff on Amazon left and right with your credit card, and you don't even know it. It's $8, $12. I can speak from experience. It happened to me, and it's happened to a lot of my clients, not just with Amazon, obviously. It's a lot of places that people are doing. And the biggest thing is people are losing money every single month just simply because they don't even want to look at it. They say, oh, well, I owe a certain amount of money. I'm really not trying to look at my statement. I don't need to be reminded how often I go to DoorDash. I don't need to be reminded how often I go to Fashion Nova. I don't need to be reminded how much I spend on betting. We're not going to talk about what y'all spending on betting around here. We ain't going to do that. But there are some places, there are some people, they are hacking your information and they are using that and they are buying stuff all the time. But you know what you keep doing? You know what you keep ignoring? It's one of the top 5 things. You are constantly ignoring your credit card statement. You need to take a look at it. Okay. You know you owe a lot. I know you owe a lot. No, I'm kidding. But you need to look at your credit card statement. All right. So that is number 4. All right. Number 5. All right. Is going to be opening too many credit cards. Opening too many credit cards. Now, do not get me wrong. I've actually interviewed people that have been on this channel that have over 30 credit cards, that have over, 20 credit cards, over 50 credit cards. I've seen people, you guys have seen them as well too. But there is a strategy when you're doing that. If you're not credit card stacking, right? When you're trying to get certain cards within a certain date, a certain strategy, or you say, you know what, I'm trying to get X amount of cards. I'm trying to build my credit card portfolio. I'm trying to build relationships with this bank. Again, if you have a strategy, do your thing. But if you don't have a strategy and your strategy is, or you think you have a strategy, but your strategy can't be this, watch this. I've seen people say, well, Calvin, you know what? I got this credit card because when I got this other credit card, it increased my credit score. So they say, okay, well, this makes sense to me. Let me go ahead and get this credit card because this last time I got a credit card, they gave me X amount of miles. They gave this and this boosted my credit score 20 points, 25 points. Here's the thing. I want you guys to put this in the comments. What got you here won't get you there. Somebody that's listening, put this in the comments for everybody to see this. What got you here won't get you there. What does that mean? That means a various amount of things, right? Especially in personal life and business and relationships, right? But let's talk about just credit and credit cards for now. All right. So that means that if you got whatever you did in the 300s, so I know some of y'all have been as low as the 300s, but many people have been in the 500s, the 400s. I hit the high 4s long time ago, like long time ago, and I was just devastated. I was like a 484 or something like that, like a 4. I forgot, it was low. Either way, and what you do when you're in the low scores, 300s, 400s, 500s, that's not going to be the same strategy that's going to work for you to get to the 600s, 700s, and 800s. You can't do that. Okay. So you have to change that for sure. All right. Lonnie's in the house. Lonnie's in the house. Devin says, what you got here? Well, that's right. My bad. I'm over here telling y'all to do it. Devin said, I got you. I got you. All right. So, but that's what it is. What got you here won't get you there. Shout out to Devin, man. Appreciate it. We also, too, we got Call Me Lonnie in the house. Call Me Lonnie's in the house. Now, listen, if you guys want to see some top edited videos on certain credit cards, Call Me Lonnie is the guy. All right. So make sure you guys check out his YouTube channel. He's out here working hard and always supporting everybody. Appreciate you being here, brother. And then, of course, Muhammad says same thing. What got you here won't get you there. Right. And so, again, just because it worked for you a long time ago, last month, last year, does not mean it's going to work for you in the future. And you have to understand that, especially when you are working with your credit. Okay. You just can't do it. You cannot do it that way. All right. Now let's go ahead and open up the floor for questions. All right. And it also, too, guys, if you all are looking to be in a private community, all right, around like-minded people, I do have my let me go ahead and move this up real quick. We do have the private community. Okay, so I am going live tomorrow inside the private community, and I'm going live for an hour. I'm answering everybody's credit questions. I got people that's in the community. We're talking about home ownership. We're talking about buying a car. We're talking about leasing cars. We're talking about high limit credit cards. We're talking about business credit. We're talking about rebuilding credit. We're talking about building credit for your kids. We're talking about all the aspects of credit that I can take you to. We're going to be covering that inside of the community. Okay. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. Scan the QR code. The QR code, which way am I going? It's right there. Okay. You guys can scan that, or the link is inside the description below if you guys want to join not just the community, but again, I'm going live. Now, also too, inside the community is all of my courses. So my advanced credit blueprint, where people have been averaging 75 to 100 points within 30 to 45 days by following my process. You guys can get that information as well. All right. And then, so now Derek says, appreciate you, bro. I'm thin, but you helping me win. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I appreciate you being here too, man. And but here, we are going to get everybody closer to their goals in 2024. Okay. I know interest rates are crazy right now. Did y'all just hear what they're doing with student loans? Did y'all see that student loan interest rates are going up to 9%? They've been trying to hold that back for a minute, but they just can't keep doing it. Right. And so interest rates for student loans are going up. And these are federal student loans. Like, these are the ones that everybody be owing. Okay. They're going up on 9% interest. Why does that matter? Because some of you all may not want to go into home ownership this year for whatever reason. You may want to wait till next year, whatever. I want to help you get in position. Okay, so let me help you get into position. Our Lake is back in the house. All right, so here, let me know what questions you guys got. What questions do we have about about credit cards, about credit in general? Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time here, just kind of give you guys a sneak peek of what we're doing inside of the community. Okay, so the community is super excited about that as well. All right, so now, for those of you who are just joining us, let me go right through the 5 things again. Okay, number 1 is stop adding and removing people from your credit cards. Okay, now what I mean by that is, you can add your friends, you can add your family, you can even add people that you don't know, but you don't want to keep doing it every month, every 3 months, don't want to keep doing that. Let people sit on there. Okay, because credit card companies don't like that. Number 2, maxing out your credit card or going over the limit. Some of this may sound kindergarten to some of you all, but some people are brand new to credit. Y'all remember how you were when you was between 18 and 30. Some of y'all still making these mistakes now, past 30, okay? But I'm talking about between 18 and 30. A lot of those mistakes we all made, right? What we made some crazy mistakes. I know I ain't the only one up in here that have made some mistakes on that, all right? But either way, that's how you want to do it right there, is, again, maxing out your credit cards and going over the limit. You guys got to stop doing that. I'm telling you, it's going to cost you too many points, and these credit card companies have over the limit fees, all right? Number 3, not using auto pay. You got to use auto pay, man. You got to use auto pay, man. And here's the deal. When you don't have auto pay on, you end up losing so many points. You end up messing up your history. You end up messing up a relationship with these banks, just because you had that $35. Hell, I know you had the $35. It's in your account, but it wasn't in there at the time that they needed it, or you just forgot. Some of you all, listen, stop trying to remember everything. Okay. Number 4, ignoring. We gotta stop ignoring these credit card statements. I know you don't want to see how often you go to DoorDash. I know you don't want to see how often you order some stuff from Amazon. But listen, because you order so much stuff from Amazon, it's some people that's done hacked your card and they order from Amazon too. And yes, I have gotten before. I got. Okay, somebody got me. And what they did was, it was actually a debit card. This was a debit card. This is a debit card that I rarely ever use for one of our accounts that we have. And somebody from Amazon, they was like doing like $8 here, $12 there. And in your mind, you're like, oh, I know I probably did buy something. Oh, maybe the wife did buy something, right? Or whatever, right? That's in our minds. But then I start looking at the orders and I'm like, wait a minute. Well, I didn't buy enough from Amazon. You buy some from Amazon? No, I ain't buy enough from Amazon. Looking at the orders, there's nothing that matches this. Then the worst part is when you're trying to dispute that with your bank. Because then now they start asking different types of questions because y'all be disputing accurate stuff. We ain't gonna talk about that. We are not gonna talk about when y'all be disputing that y'all be disputing this stuff with the banks and y'all know y'all be out of line. Y'all know y'all be out of line. Listen, Black Tiger said you better check them statements. Listen, man, you have to check these statements, man. You know what? Here, let's go ahead and get this chat up here, man. Let's go and get this chat up here so you guys can actually see what's going on. But that's the thing. So let me see here. Can everybody see that? Okay, cool. I know you guys can actually see that. Okay, cool. It's a little bit delay on that. But yeah, it's a must. So Black Tiger said it is a must. Listen, you most definitely got to do it. You guys got to most definitely do it. Okay. Because there's stuff on there that you forgot about. There's some stuff that you also signed up for, subscription services that you don't even use anymore. Listen, everybody wants you to have some type of subscription service. I get it. And there's nothing wrong with subscription services, but the ones you're not using is a waste of money. Everything ain't $2-3 no more. Okay. Remember when Disney Plus came out? It ain't $4-5 no more. Okay. Remember when Netflix? Listen, Illinois has the most expensive Netflix. I heard we pay $22.99 a month for Netflix. Okay. Now, granted, there's are some cheaper plans, but the plan that we have that a lot of people pay less for, because now Illinois has a entertainment and streaming tax. Did y'all know that? Illinois always trying to make some money. They have an entertainment and streaming tax. Stupid. I know. But anyway, again, you guys got to check those statements. People, listen, it's not just for fraud, just so you can stay on top of stuff. So some of you guys are saying, well, man, I got more month at the end of the money. Some of y'all think y'all got, a lot, money at the end of the month. No. Y'all at the end of the money, and it's a whole lot of month left. And if you just look at the statement, you can see where all that money is going. All right. So we got that going. All right. So next, let's jump into the next one. And that is going to be opening too many credit cards accounts. We talked about that earlier, right? And of course, Devin helped me out with that one. And then of course, he talked about, say, listen, what got you here won't get you there. Right? We talked about that. So what worked for you in the past is not going to always work for you in the future. Okay. It just won't. When you're rebuilding your credit score is looking for something positive. It's looking for something new. It's looking for something consistent, almost like a relationship, right? It's like, I want something new. I want something that's going to be consistent, and I want something that's going to be positive, right? That's a good relationship. Anyway, that's what it's looking for. It's begging for that. You finally get that credit card, that credit builder, whatever that is. And then for whatever that ends up being, oh, wait a minute. Hold up. We got Chad Money Minutes is in the house. Listen, another credit card YouTube creator. Make sure you guys check out his content. Him and I actually did a collaboration. Was that recently? And well, not super recently, man. You know what, Chad, we got to do another video, man. But either way, I was me and Chad talked about it, but Chad know all about this stuff, man. He was talking about how to beat the Chase 524 rule. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out as well. All right. So either way, got that. Devin said, look at my picture. Okay, I got you. I can't really zoom in like that. Let me see. Okay. Oh, are you saying okay? Because I called you my bad. So Devin, are you a woman? I apologize. I do apologize. I'm a she. My bad. My bad. Listen, this is live. Y'all gonna get the raw Calvin tonight, man. So either way, I do apologize for that, Devin. Thank you for correcting me. Okay, I've been doing this all night. But listen, I greatly appreciate you making sure everybody been taking these notes. Okay. She says, look at my picture. Thanks, Devin. By the way, where are y'all watching this tonight from? What city or state are you guys watching this from? It's always cool to see where everybody is. Rep your city, rep your state. All right, now let's jump into the chat real quick, guys. What questions do you have? What credit questions can I answer for you all about credit cards? I don't have all the answers here, but I do have some credit card creators here that are in. I don't know how long they're going to be watching. So if y'all want some of these guys to answer some questions, they might be in and out, so we don't know. But anyway, if you have any credit questions in regards to credit cards, go ahead and throw them in there. We got Muhammad representing Tempe, Arizona in the house. R Lake is in LA. Man, LA is always beautiful, man. Hold on. I ain't going to say always. Not that it's dirty or nothing like that. Everybody got their dirty parts, right? But it's more so the weather, man. Every time we go to LA, it's always like unexpectedly cold. Like in Chicago, we know it's gonna be like it just one day is this, the next day is this. We used to that in Chicago, man. But in LA, we be like, oh man, palm trees, it's gonna be super nice. Man, it'd be 60 degrees. Philadelphia is in the house. D is in the house. Devin, the lady. All right, Devin. Okay, where are you at? I gotta know that. Okay. All right, D is in Philly is in the house. Nevada, lovely lady. We appreciate you being here tonight. Shanta Holiday, Mississippi. Crooked letter I. All right. Now y'all know I'm originally. Oh, I got one for you. How long? I don't know how long y'all been watching me. And Black Tiger, I got you, bro. I got you. Give me 1 second. I don't know how long you guys been watching me. How do you guys know where I'm from? What city and states am I from? Where am I from? We're gonna get this going. If y'all don't know, it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna tell y'all anyway. But y'all got about 10 seconds to tell me where am I from? I'm not originally from Chicago. I moved here. For those who want to know the short story, I actually moved here when I was 14. Devin, she says, see, got you. Devin, you in Chicago for real? Okay, that's what's up. You you in Chicago for real? I'm not from Chicago though. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. Okay, originally from Memphis, Tennessee. Went to Whitehaven. So I don't know if y'all familiar with Memphis. I ain't got to go too deep into details. But either way, no, I moved to Chicago when I was 14 years old. Stayed with my father and wanted to build a relationship with him. And here I am. I actually came up here for my sister's 8th grade graduation, and I just never left. Crazy, I know. All right. So, but of course, our lake says Mississippi. I thought Memphis, if memory serves me. Florida, Derek says Florida born and bred. That's what I'm talking about. Devin's in Chicago. Oh man, listen, there's so many people that's in Chicago, man. Listen, we most definitely gonna have to do a meetup. I'm gonna keep you guys posted because some of you all been pressing me for this, so we most definitely gonna make that happen. All right. Either way, Chad said he thought, I'm most definitely, man, I'm most definitely from Memphis. All right, so here, let's go back up to the questions real quick. So we got Black Tiger. He got a quick question. He says, use the credit cards, which is revolving, to work for you and build your credit up. Absolutely. Put 25% of your income as your payment and have majority of your expenses paid through your credit card, and do this bi-weekly. Man, he dropping gems. If you guys can do this, because especially when you get something that's got cash back, man, you got something that's cash back. Okay. You got something that's cash back. Black Tiger says, I'm a female. That's good to know. Y'all let me know this for real. And I apologize too. I know that I look at my stats all the time. And YouTube says that my audience is 76% men. I say, I don't know where they be at all the time because the women be outshining them inside the comments. Okay. So I'm just going to assume everybody on here is a woman unless I see that you're a man inside of your, and I'm not going into I'm not going into preferences and all that. I'm just saying. So, but either way, something I keep my eye on as well too. All right. But Black Tiger says she's a female checking in from Boca Raton. Florida is in the house. All right. Shout out to Florida. All right. So Black Tiger's giving information, though. She is dropping bombs. All right. So make sure you guys do this. Again, use your credit cards, which revolving to use for you, to work for you, build your credit up, put 25% of the income as your payment, and have majority of your expenses paid to your credit card, especially if you get cash back. If you all get points, some of y'all missing out on so much money because you're not using your credit cards a certain way. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right. So either way, let's see here. Chad up over here. He's co-signing on some of this stuff. Okay, he co-signing it. He said that's what's up. I live in the Treasure Coast. Where you stay at, Chad? Okay, because Black Tiger, she said, okay, now she is in Florida. So you said you live on the Treasure Coast. What's the Treasure Coast? See, clearly I'm not from the area. See, listen, me and Devin, we got some islands y'all ain't never been on. We talking about prestigious islands y'all ain't never been to. Okay, we talking about some of the best weather, some of the best views that you ain't gonna see nowhere else, that only me and Devin are able to see this. This is called Stony Island and Blue Island. I mean, Devin, listen, I know she gonna say something about me after that. But anyway, they don't know nothing about that, Devin, do they? By Clearwater and St. Pete. That's what's up. Man, see, I'm about an hour north. See, look at that. About an hour. Ain't that something? Listen, now, see, I need to know where people are at. That way, when I come to y'all area, I got somewhere to go. Okay. Devin knows exactly what I'm talking about. Just so y'all know, that's a local joke. Okay, that's a local joke because there's a city not too far from Chicago, south of Chicago, called Blue Island, and there's a very long street named Stony Island. And so one of the jokes that people always say, in Chicago is, oh yeah, I've never been to an island, but I have no either. Anyway, y'all wouldn't get it anyway. Moving on. So, but okay, cool. What other questions we got? Now that we know everybody. She said I'm a fool. She said, listen, Stony Island and Blue Island. Listen. That is one joke that always, I'm going to keep that forever, man. I'm going to keep that forever. All right. So Black Tiger says, loving the broadcast, especially about the credit and the thriving. Absolutely. Again, like I mentioned too, guys, we're going to be diving deeper into all of this. Okay. We're going to be diving deeper into all of this. Again, I'm telling you guys, you got to join the community. You got to join the community. If you have goals that you are looking to accomplish this year, if you have goals, listen, we need to stop just saying stuff. We got to put a date on it and we got to put an action plan behind it. This is the best. This is group coaching. This ain't just no community where you just jumping in, just talk. Listen, you talking to me, you talking to other people. You have access to all the courses as well too. Okay, because we need to put a plan behind it. Don't get me wrong. I talk a lot. I don't mind doing thousands of videos. I promise you, I'm only trying to make this content better. The videos will never stop. At least no time soon. Okay, I do not plan on stopping anytime soon. My point is that some of you all, though, say, hey, Calvin, I got this question. I need to know your situation. And the only way I can know about your situation is if we are following certain steps where I can actually say, hey, listen, hey, Calvin, I need to know if I need to trade in my car. Hey, Calvin, I need to know if I'm ready to buy a house. Hey, Calvin, I'm thinking about filing bankruptcy. Do you guys know the amount of emails that we get throughout the every single day? We average about at least 80 to 100 emails a day. Half of them are random questions. I need to know your situation, and you need to be around people. For example, if you smoke, now here, I'm not trying to knock anybody, but a very common thing that people are not trying to do, a common goal, they may say, hey, I want to stop smoking cigarettes. This is a random example. I want to stop smoking cigarettes. It's difficult to stop smoking cigarettes if you're always hanging around people that do what? Smoke cigarettes. This is just an example. My point is that what happens when you are around like-minded people? You're around like-minded people. You're around goal-oriented people. What happens if you're in a group of people that say, I want to go into homeownership? I do too. I want to go into homeownership too. I do too. My credit is horrible and I want to buy a house. Man, mine's is jacked up too. Man, you too? Man, again, it's, hey, I need to hold all of your hands that want to be held and say, hey, listen, you need to do this. You need to do this. You need to stop doing this. You should do this more. Listen, we need to just replan this whole situation. No more throwing Jello on the wall to see what sticks. We need to know your situation to give you the actual strategy. I'm going live tomorrow only for the community, and I'm answering all of their questions for 1 hour. Even if they miss the live, I'm sending them a Google form so they can actually send the questions to me and they'll have access to that. All right. But either way, so let's go ahead and get back into it. All right. So let me go ahead and get you guys back on the chat so y'all can see what this is for sure. All right. So now here's the deal. Chad is back dropping gems. Watch this. So now you guys make sure to leverage your points, especially if you're paying annual fees. Mines are reserved for business class flights and 5-star hotels. All right. Now, Chad, here's the thing, Chad. I don't know if you free or not. You trying to jump on this live? Let me know if you got time to jump on this live, man. Let me know if you got time to jump on this live. Let me let y'all know something. I'm gonna see if I can get Chad up on here now. Now, if you busy, brother. I appreciate it. But you and I both know you can jump on this live. All right. Now, this is one of the few gems that are on YouTube that be dropping knowledge. Okay. People actually have been stealing his content. We gonna go into that. But anyway, all right. So, let me go back. All right. So here he also says mine are reserved for business class flights and 5-star hotels. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm at work, or absolutely I would. No worries, brother. I get it. Listen, we're going to get you in this rotation, man. We got to most definitely get him back in the rotation. Make sure you guys check out that video him and I did on how to avoid the Chase 524 rule. Very popular rule. And he gives you basic steps on how to beat that. All right. But either way, we got him tonight, at least in the chat. All right. We appreciate you being here, brother. Honestly. All right. So make sure you guys are taking advantage of that for sure. All right. So Black Tiger, she says, true, Chad, definitely making the credit card work smarter and doubling up on those points, man, for real. And those points add up. Those points most definitely add up. All right. So, okay, let's go ahead and see it. Cav, Chase study. Okay, a case study. Thin file with 4 new positive reporting and an authorized user reporting at the end of the month. Should I try to apply for Amex or Navy Federal first? When you say apply, I'm assuming credit card. And if you're already with Navy Federal, I recommend waiting, especially out here. If you know for a fact that your credit score is going to go up by the end of the month, I would say wait to the end of the month, especially in a couple weeks. So yeah, I mean, we got a couple weeks. I say you always want to go at the best point, the highest point, right? And especially if you know your score is going to be going good, I say wait. You didn't have to rush it. And let's think about this too. If you wait another couple weeks, you may get another couple more on-time payments from those new accounts that you have if they haven't already reported for the month. Okay. So keep that in mind as well, too. All right. Y'all see how easy that was? Man, see, I'm telling y'all, I'm answering these questions, man. Answering these questions. All right. What other questions we got in regards to credit cards? All right. And then also, too, Chad, if you want to, Lonnie, I don't know if you still up in here. Lonnie jumped in here way earlier. But either way, Chad, if you still in here, listen, if you want to jump in on give advice on any of this stuff, you are more than welcome, brother. So either way, yeah, so it's always good to have, two people giving that information as well. All right. Any other credit card questions that we have before we get up out of here? I told you I was going to be going live a lot more. Okay. What was that? I think I went live yesterday. So listen, y'all want this to be some listen, I have no problem doing this. I'll be talking people's heads off. Okay, so Chad said his pleasure. Okay, he says my pleasure. All right, so let us know what you think about Derek's question that he just mentioned as well, and take your time on that. All right, so anybody else got any other questions? If y'all ain't got no questions, man, y'all better be using me and Chad. I'm telling you, we trying to save y'all some time. Okay, and there is no such thing as a stupid question. Don't feel like, oh man, I don't want to type this. I don't want people to care. Listen, this is a safe community. When y'all catch me on a live, these are the real, not I don't say the real, these are the people that say, hey, listen, I've been rocking with Calvin for quite some time, been watching the information. I know it's good content. I know what's going to come out of this. I'm always here to help you guys get to the next level. Okay. That's my ultimate goal. All right. So again, don't feel like a question is too stupid. Don't feel like a question is, like you should know this. If you brand new to credit, if you old, not old, if you are a certain age and you feel like you should not be making these mistakes, it's all good, man. We are here. All right. We are here. R. Lake says 2 of my accounts did not report for the month. Okay. Not sure why that is. Now that's not too uncommon unless if it's like a brand new account. Usually loans do that though. Usually loans, like when you get a mortgage loan, that takes a while to show up on the credit report. Auto loans, that takes a while to show up on the credit report. Personal loans don't take that much long because they've already given you the money. Versus a car, they kind of wait sometimes. Mortgages, there's a lot of paperwork they got to get done, but like usually personal loans a little bit faster. So that's not uncommon if it is a brand new account. Okay, so just keep that in mind as well. All right. Any other questions that you guys got? Y'all good? Okay. I'm hoping that let me see here. Okay, cool. All right. Well, if that's all we got, no problem. I want to hold y'all up, so hey, no problem. All right. So Black Tiger says, question. You were late paying twice. Then if you pay up your credit card sometimes, I noticed that the company may lower the usage amount. Why is this? Very good question. Very good question. You know what? Sometimes it's not even late payments. To be honest with you. I've seen credit card companies, and it's various reasons, and I'll kind of let you know the patterns that I've seen. But I've seen credit card companies where a person was flawless on making the payments, always on time, and they just closed the account after a certain period of time. Now that's rare, but this was a retail card, so I got to say that. So this is like a furniture card. If it is a retail card, I most definitely have seen retail cards do this a lot more often, just because I think they have a limit as to how much they could actually limit out. So it's not uncommon that these credit card companies, especially when they represent a brand. What do I mean by that? When you go to Old Navy and the girl at the counter or the person at the counter say, "Hey, do you want to apply for the Old Navy card?" Or you go to Macy's, they are relentless. If you go to Target, they are going to stab you if you don't get that red card. Okay. But anyway, a lot of those retail cards do have limits. And if you don't use them a lot of times, they will reduce that as well. So I've typically seen that typically with retail cards. Okay. But don't get me wrong, with regular credit cards, sometimes I've seen it as well. But that usually comes from some other things like non-usage or something like that. But you say, hey, if you pay your credit card, sometimes I notice if you were late, that the company may lower the usage amount. Why is that? And yeah, like I said, it's going to usually retail. Now, Black Tiger, let us know, is that a retail card or what type of card is that? If you want to name drop, that's cool too. I'm cool with name dropping, so let us know about that. And that way we can kind of get an idea of where that's coming from. But if it's a retail card, but if it's a regular card, sometimes these companies take it personal, especially if you don't always do it. Oh, Chad has got an answer. He got an answer. All right. So he says internal controls sometimes negatively affect your account, and controls have effect that operate independently of your FICO score and even your pay history. Okay, see, that's good to know. And she said it was Chase. Man, that's perfect. Because listen, if there's anybody that know about these Chase credit cards, if it's anybody know about these Chase credit cards, I'm telling you, it's gonna be Chad. All right, but he said that, and of course, Devin, she says yes as well. So are you confirming that? So Devin, are you confirming that? All right, we saying okay, just making sure. All right, so let us know. Yep. So of course, internal controls sometimes negatively affect your account, and those controls have effects that operate independently of your FICO score and even your pay history. Okay. Chad also says like manufacturer spin and other credit apps, to name a few things. Wow. See, we learning. I'm telling y'all, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. See, when you learn as a group, this saves so much time. Guys, we are shortening your learning curve. Okay. We're shortening the learning curve here. Okay. So let's go and get back to some questions. Great questions as well, everyone. All right. So we got a chef in the house. Now, are you a real chef? We need to know this because I like to eat. That's probably my problem. I done been gaining weight. Anyway, if a credit card was closed, can the bank still report late payments every month? Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's break this down. I'm going to give you guys a common scenario, and I'm going to give you guys regular scenarios. A common scenario is up north, in the Midwest, we had this store called Carson's. Okay. Me and Devin, we know all about this. Okay. Now, they closed Carson's some years back. Okay. But just like a lot of these retail credit card companies, um, I'm sorry, just like a lot of these retail stores, they did have credit cards. So what happens when the store closed and people got credit cards, right? They still borrowed the money from a financial institution that essentially provided the financing for Carson's. So people don't directly owe Carson's, right? They owe the bank. Carson's is essentially the dealership, right? And the dealership has the inventory, which is what they sold at the stores. And then they say, hey, bank, hey, credit card financier, right? They say, hey, let us use your company to use the credit card so they can buy the stuff now. And then, of course, we'll just pay us when you get it. Just go from there. Or they paid them instantly and they just took it from there. Either way, you still owed the balance. So in a case like that, don't get me wrong, you still got to pay, right? But you would think because it's closed that my account was closed. You'd be surprised how many people literally thought that the store was closed. I ain't paying them. People did that with Toys R Us too. Y'all better not do that. Y'all owe that money. You better pay that money. Okay. But yeah, but a closed account just simply means that you cannot use the credit card. That's all closed means. But it will still, if you have a balance, you still can have it on auto pay. You still got to pay it manually. You still could pay it off early. You could do all those things. Okay. So keep that in mind as well. Everybody got that? All right. Perfect. All right. Let's go into the next one. Okay. Let's go into the next one. Rashid says, I have a 720 with 2 primary, 1 pledge loan with Navy, and 2 authorized users. Can I apply for a no doc business credit card, or should I add more trade lines on the personal side? You know what? That's actually good enough. That's actually good enough. But there's going to be some other factors as well too. Okay, make sure you check out that video we did. Actually, that video, man, that video should have had way more views. I mean, of course, every YouTuber says that, but no, it was actually an amazing video. I did that with Gloria and Marvin Smith. Make sure you go and check that video out. That will break down. But yes, from that alone, what I know for is that you will most definitely be able to do that, especially with the 720 in general. But they're going to look at the negatives as well too. They're going to look to see how many increase you have. They're going to look to see how many accounts you like not just applied for, but they're going to look to see when was your most recent derogatory, your most recent late payment. So all that plays a role as well. But the score alone is most definitely going to get you where you need to be, especially with those amounts of accounts as well. All right. So Derek says my score is only 633 across all, and I'm rocking a $500 Capital One. Is there potential? Is there potential when I get the AU? Yeah, absolutely. Depending on how old it is. I mean, it's kind of hard to gauge how many points you're gonna get, but you might get like a 650. But I'm assuming you talking. Now, Derek? Are you tying this into that question you had earlier? Let me scroll up. Okay. All right, so let me see here. Then file 4 new positive accounts. Okay, should I apply for Amex or Navy Federal first? I would recommend Navy Federal first in that because you already have when that time comes. But wait till the AU hits first, okay? Because we're not just trying to get approved. Now, Chad will tell you this. Now, and then Chad, if you're still here, it's not just about getting approved. Sometimes that limit is higher too. Okay. And it's nothing wrong with that 500 Capital One. Listen, all of us, many people on here right now. If you started with a Capital One, go ahead and put me inside the comments or put Cap One inside the comments. Okay. I most definitely started. That was my first credit. No, my first credit card was like a Chase, I think. And I messed that up. Oh, I messed that up. And then, but after that, the first bank to give me an opportunity was Capital One for sure. Or maybe it was Capital One. No, it was Capital One. And then I got Chase. I messed both of those up. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But either way, but that's you know what. But listen. It's not long after that. Capital One, like a year later, 6 months later, they would give you another credit card. Chase will bounce back too. Everybody gives you another chance. That's how they make money. If they got mad at every single person that says, "Oh, you've been late with us," "Oh, you were charged off," I'm talking about charged off, man. Like charged off completely. They will most definitely come back to you, but it's gonna take some time. Okay, look at that. See R Lake. Look, Robbo says, look, Cap One. And a lot of people started with that Capital One card, right? R Lake says me. Okay, cool. That's what I'm talking about. All right, cool. All right, so now let's go into. She says, Chelsea says, still Cap One. Look at that. Everybody starts with Capital. Look, Capital One out here doing their job. Okay, they're out here doing their job because they give so many people that as well too. Now here, I'm gonna scroll back up, guys. I'm not gonna miss nobody's questions, but I want to make sure we get Chad because we don't get Chad often on a live. Okay, we gotta take advantage of that. All right, so yes, Calvin is right. Credit limit doesn't matter until you mismanage utilization. As far as Cap One is concerned, you may be bucketed. Oh, that man. A lot of credit card content creators have been talking about that. I didn't even know that. That's a thing. So essentially, bucketed means that wherever you start, that's more than likely where they're going to keep having you at. And, as far as Capital One is concerned. But to tie into just improving your credit score and which card you should go with and when you should go with it, I still recommend the end of the month. And I still, let me see. Hold on. Let me check my battery, guys. Okay, cool. I still recommend the end of the month. When that AU post, just because it's going to put you in a better position for sure. Okay, so a new app for Capital One card or upgrading products may help too. Upgrading products, right? So you already have that relationship built with Capital One. There's nothing wrong with going with a venture. Look at your mail too, not just for Derek. Listen, everybody should look at their mail. Look at the mail that's coming in. You'll see who wants to do business with you. I'm not talking about the shrimp companies. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The shrimp. The shrimp is like First Premier, First Progress. Y'all remember Olo back in the day? Again, those are the shrimp. The shrimp want everybody. We talking about the steak. We talking about when the credit card offers come in an envelope. Okay, when the paper feel different. Okay, so when you get those type of credit card offers, that means they want to do business with you. Again, put yourself in the bank's shoes. Now, if you were the bank, why would you send a pre-approval to someone that you know for a fact will not get approved? That's a waste of, because remember, they pay stamp, they pay the design of the flyer, I mean the mailer, that mailer stick too. They pay over $1, like at least $1.25 just to just to send that bad boy. Now y'all probably think, well, Calvin, that's just $1. Well, yeah, but you're not the only one getting it. They send out hundreds of thousands of those. Why waste the money? They know for a fact you guys can do it. So go back, take a look at your mail as well, too, guys. Okay. All right. So okay, next, let's go ahead and scroll back up. I want to make sure I don't miss anything here. All right, so we got the answers on that. Devin, she says, yes, the lower your spending limit, Old Navy did it to me because I paid them off and stopped using the card. Yep, that retail credit card. Now, she did let us know, too, it was Chase. I've seen Chase do that. I've most definitely seen Chase do that. And let us know, is that a rec? We trying to go too deep into detail. But either way, I've seen that too, like with the Chase Southwest card as well too. But most definitely the retail cards. Listen, Devin, she just said it too. She paid off her credit card with Old Navy, and she stopped using the credit card. And listen, they'll lower your spending limit. You know, I don't know if they got to have a set amount for spending limits. I'm like, how am I going to use it now? I've seen people drop I forgot. I had one client. I'm sorry, not forgot. I won't forget this. I'll always remember, I should say. Excuse me. And she had like a Victoria's Secret credit card. They dropped the limit down to like $80. I'm like, what's she going? Listen, how do these companies expect you to spend money if you always chopping their stuff down? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, okay. Devin says, she says, I miss Carson's. Man, Carson's used to be a good deal too, for real. All right. So Chef says, yes, Le Cordon Bleu, and okay, and Wells University graduated. That's what I'm talking about. We got a whole Chef is in the house. Listen, Chef, I don't know where you at right now. I don't know what city or what state you in right now. But if you ever need somebody to taste test some of this food, or you in Chicago, let me know. Okay, I'll let you know if it's good. I'm just trying to eat some food. Okay, but I know you need somebody to let you know if your food tastes good, or if it needs some salt, or if it's trash. Okay, I will be that guy. I'm just kidding. But either way, let me know. Black Tiger says, Chef cooking and baking with premium food. That's what's up for real. Le Cordon Bleu. Man, that sounds like some good stuff. Like you designing stuff at that point. Okay. And graduated. I know that's right. We got chefs in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Nation Bank, aka Chase. Oh, yeah, we got that. Steel Cap one. All right. Oh, Port St. Lucia in Florida. Chad, how far is that? Who else from Florida up in here? We saw some other people from Florida up in here. Was that Black Tiger? Black Tiger, was that you in Florida? I think so. Listen, y'all better go listen. Chef will be cooking for everybody. We know what's crazy. What I love about the internet is that how everybody don't know each other like that. But we say, listen, we all can come to a common situation. There ain't none of us crazy, okay? Chef, listen, Chad says, Chef, that's my city. Listen, Chad, when you link up with Chef, let me know how this food is, okay? And I'll let you know. And if it's good, I'm on my way down there, okay? For real. All right. So anyway, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go back up. I don't want to miss anything. All right. So now, Chad said, listen, he said, yep, Florida in the house tonight. Listen, y'all deep. Florida's deep in the house. Okay. Y'all is not playing. Okay. All right. So Chad said he was bucketed on his Capital One, which means that once he got the card, they don't really give you more than what you got approved for in the past for over 15 years. And Capital One was my first credit card as well. R. Lake says group meetup. Now, R. Lake, ain't you in LA? I know that's right. That's what's up. And R. Lake also said they upgraded their Capital One. What did you upgrade it to? Did you get a was it a Quicksilver, a Venture? Or if you don't, and it's okay if you don't want to tell us, we ain't got to go too deep in the details, but it's a R. Lake, so we'll never find out what your real name is. So that'll be perfectly fine. All right. But anyway, question. In your upcoming Q&A session, will you be discussing business credit cards and trade lines? I will be discussing trade lines, but business credit cards is not my forte. However, I will keep you posted when I do have someone, because what we're going to be doing is some of the interviews or interviewees, the people that I'm interviewing, I'm going to see if they're actually open to doing the interview recorded live with Q&A. So we'll do the interview, and then in between certain questions, I'll let the audience, the community, ask questions. Or if they are not able to catch the live, then what we do is we send out the Google form, and they can send their questions in. Then we can ask the questions we can most definitely ask the questions during that live session. But I got plenty of people. All right, listen, Marvin and Gloria are a text message away. Okay. And we already talking about how they love the channel. So some of y'all been working with them and stuff like that. So they are most definitely, they're probably gonna be watching this and say, yeah, Calvin, we'll be there. Anyway, I'm gonna keep you guys posted, but they are one of the many go-tos that I have for business credit cards. And we literally could talk about that as long as they want to, or probably just business credit in general. So they are very well versed in that area. Chad is too. There's some business credit card people here that's in this mix as well. Okay. But just let me know. Yeah, anything that my community wants to talk about, whether I know about it or not, I make sure that it's a calendar that's in there of when people are coming and what those topics are going to be. So something to consider. All right. So either way, okay, cool. We already know. Okay, Chad and Chef, they down the street from each other. Must be nice. Let us know how that food tastes, Chad. All right. So, all right. So R Lake said upgraded to the Quicksilver. Great move. Great move. The Quicksilver is most definitely a great card as well. Chelsea is in the house. She says, my payment history is the worst thing on my credit. It's 95%. That's not bad. And but in the red, how can I get missed payments removed? By disputing or doing a goodwill. Goodwill letters still work, man. Not as often as I guess because people don't use them as much, but outside of like disputing it. And so there's three ways. It's going to be a goodwill letter. That's essentially them. It's a nice way of saying, hey, I messed up. Do you mind removing this from your record so it can reflect on my credit report? That's way number one. Way number two is obviously if you dispute it. Okay. Now, dispute does not guarantee removal, and removal does not guarantee points. Let me say that again. Dispute does not guarantee removal, and unfortunately, removals don't guarantee points. Okay. Especially if it's gotten older. Now, if this was a recent late payment, then your score recently got slapped in the face. But if this was like 2, 3, 4 years ago, just so you guys know, too, just so you guys know this, good history as well as bad history, as it gets closer to 7 years, it has a lower impact to your credit score. Okay. So just because you're not at 100% payment history, it's not the end of the world. Don't trip. And then, of course, number three is obviously the 7-year rule. It falls off. Right. And a lot of credit reports don't even factor in certain payments after a certain period of time. So some stuff, like, it depends. Like, if you apply for certain things only go back like 4 or 5 years. But that's another conversation for another day. All right. So, but either way, that's essentially the best way to do that. All right. So Devin she says, we do have a food sample party in Chicago. Listen, your food got to be good to be in Chicago. I'm letting you know that right now. There are some trash places, but it ain't gonna get no buzz. I'm telling you. Listen, there is still arguments of Uncle Remus versus Harold's. We are not going to do that tonight because I'm gonna have to ban some of y'all from the channel. Listen, we are not gonna do it. I'm not even gonna go into it. All right, but moving on. AKA Ron Lake. Ron Lake is in the house. All right, so I don't know. Okay, cool. All right, well, no problem. We appreciate you letting us know that. All right, so now Chad. Okay, Chad says you can try to contact your credit card company to see if they will rescind it. But other than that, late payments will stay on your report for 7 years at least. Or, of course, we also have disputing it as well. All right. He also says your credit card company actually has the power to retract a 30-day delinquent payment, but they can also refuse to do so. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ooh, look at this. See, check this out. Now, R Lake says, now Ron says, let's check this out. Now, Ron, if that's your real name, from now on, I'm calling you Ron. Every time I see it, that's gonna be easy to remember. All right. So now Ron says he had 2 collections deleted and removed from Experian, and FICO went down 10 points. I'm telling you, a lot of people don't talk about. Listen, I'm telling you, a lot of people don't talk about this stuff because they haven't seen a lot of credit reports. Let me tell you guys something. There's a lot of people on social media, on YouTube, wherever, and they're giving credit advice. They have seen maybe a handful of credit reports. They're talking from one type of experience. I've seen 10,000 credit reports. I am not over exaggerating. Many of those came when I was, working at the dealership. And then once I started giving y'all information on YouTube years ago, I've been looking at y'all credit reports ever since. My point is that yes, you can lose points. There are sometimes you won't even get points when things get removed from your credit report. People don't talk about these things. Points are not guaranteed when negatives come off of your credit report. Just to set your expectations. Listen, I'm one of the few channels. First off, how often do you all see me talk about disputing, removals, all that stuff? I don't talk about that stuff that much because I like building around certain things. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you, especially if like for business credit, business funding, things of that sort, you have to have your profile a certain way. Not necessarily for the no doc or something like that. That's usually no, but again, they're looking for certain things a certain ways for sure. But outside of that, it's just, man, it's nothing wrong with it. Here, the expectation is just because something comes off your credit report doesn't mean it's going to essentially give you the point. So just keep that in mind. All right. So Ryan says, do I think the Capital One and Discover merger will happen? Murder. He says, dang. Was that real? Was that you said murder? Okay, so listen, I can't be saying too many words because man, the algorithm be that algorithm be something else. But anyway, I'm sure you're talking about the merger for sure. All right. Oh, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I see Chad. Hold up, man. Listen, listen. Chad and Chef better not be trying to put something together. They trying to grill on Saturday or something. Like, man, listen. Chad, let me know if that food is good. All right, let's go back. Let's go back. All right, so here, let's go back. I'm gonna answer this question. All right, I'm gonna answer this question. Yes, I'm sure. Okay, I'm sure this is what it was, Ryan. Honestly, I think it's gonna happen. I think it's going to happen. Here's why. It's a lot of reasons. Now, I get that, and I get why people don't want it to happen. We talked to Sledge, which, by the way, shout out to Sledge. He introduced me to Chad and the rest of these guys. Anyway, a lot of the credit card people, they don't want it to happen. And I totally get it. The problem is more than likely going to happen. Here's why. Number one, they're in the money game. Okay. Most of the people that's not in the money game, the financial sector, they usually don't let stuff like that happen. But I'm telling you, something like this, where it's that big of a name, most of the time that people are talking about credit cards, especially a credit card issuer. See, Discover is not like a Chase Bank or like a PNC or like a Navy Federal. Those are banks and credit unions, right? They don't make their own credit card. They don't process them, right? Capital One will literally be a game changer if they get a credit card processor. And that's going to be insane because that's going to save them on fees. That's going to save them on a lot of things. Remember, a lot of places don't take Discover, but people only took Capital One because it was Visa or MasterCard. Remember? Okay. And for the most part, I think most of their cards are now MasterCard, but it was, I think it was Visa at one point back in the day. But my point is that, again, when you do have that, I mean, I think it's most definitely going to happen. Also, you got to look at this. I didn't do a video on this. I didn't think y'all was gonna be too interested in knowing this update. It was one particular update on it, but they were saying how it's gonna cost them 1.3 billion if this deal cancels. You guys hear that number? 1.3 billion. Now I know we just giving out billions every day to Ukraine. I ain't gonna talk about that, but I'm talking about 1.3 billion if this deal does not go through. Now, if it gets blocked by the FTC, the regulators and things of that sort, then there's no penalty they have to pay. But if Capital One backs out, or Discover Card backs out, and the deal just falls apart, Capital One's going to lose 1.3 billion. So when I say they got their money where their mouth is, they're going to see this through, in my opinion. All right. Devin says, Uncle Remus, listen, you know how it is. Now, listen, if y'all ever come to Chicago, they're going to try to tell y'all that the best chicken is Harold's Chicken. And ain't nothing wrong with Harold's Chicken if you've never had Uncle Remus chicken. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm moving on to the next. Okay. Next. Oh, Melanin Queen. Don't do it. She says Harold's. No, we are not finna do this. Melanin, are you in Chicago? Because I see you just added that Melanin Queen shot. Did you? Are you in Chicago? Because I'm starting to have a list. Okay. But listen, listen, don't take it personal. We're gonna have to do something with you, Melanin Queen, if you represent Chicago and you on the Herald side. Okay, we're not finna do this. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Do you think the Capitol? Okay, yep, already talked about that one. All right, so okay, we already talked about that. Chad and Chef trying to get together if y'all trying to see what they talking about. So good luck with that, and keep me posted on that food as well too. All right, I'm still gonna be in Texas. Oh man, but I'll send my homie detective at August. Wait, August. Though she flies there on every flight. Oh, that's what's up. Okay, see, I'm learning. I'm learning. Look at that. Uncle Remus is way better. Chef says, I'm in Chicago right now. You for real? Bet. How long you gonna be in Chicago? Oh man, listen, shoot me an email. Okay. Well, it doesn't go to me, it goes to my team, but my team gonna let me know. Here, I'm gonna put the email in here. We're gonna work this out. I don't know how far you is in Chicago. Now, my son has golf practice tomorrow, so that's a tight schedule. I don't know how long you're gonna be out here. Friday works better for me. I don't know how long you're gonna be out here. Let me know, but send us an email, okay? Ah. All right. She says, I'm from Chicago in Arizona now for 3 years, but I'm still on the Harold side. Well, Melanin Queen, it's been, listen, you have been one of the most supportive subscribers, and I would hate to lose you, but we got to make a decision on you today. No, I'm kidding. Listen, that's a huge debate, man. Y'all know y'all be having them food debates. You know, man, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. Okay. But anyway, we gonna let you slide on that. We're gonna let you slide on that. But anyway, all right then, guys. Listen, we most definitely had some fun tonight. We went over an hour. I just not even noticed that. But anyway, here, guys, real quick. Y'all listen, I am telling you, I got the community. It's live. It's going. Well, I'm telling you, if you want to go into home ownership, this is the time. I can answer your questions. We can get everything out the way. I can tell you specifically what you need to do. If you guys like lives like this, the community is going to be even better. Okay. And it's again, this is if you have goals and you want to accomplish them. Okay. If you like with Calvin, I don't really have goals that I'm really trying to go after right now. I just like the content. Cool. It's nothing wrong with that. But if you say, hey, listen, I need to buy a house. I'm sorry. I want to buy a house by this date. I want to do this by this date. I want to get this high limit credit card. I need to get this car. I need to know some options. I'm thinking about filing bankruptcy. I'm thinking about getting this personal loan. I want to coach you through that. Okay. Not just me. If there are things that I don't know, let me know what you want to talk about, and I will bring that person there. I'm one of the few people that you've seen on YouTube in the credit space interview people like this. I'm telling you, I find good people, okay? And I build these relationships with people. So even if it doesn't come from me, just know it's a trusted resource, okay? And people have shown me their receipts before they even get on my show on the channel, all right? But anyway, if you guys are looking to do that, learn more about my private community, you also get access to all of my courses as well. My 5-day credit boot camp, when we talked about everything, personal credit, business credit, buying a home, buying a car, improving your credit score. That's in there. My advanced credit blueprint, when I interviewed Troy and he says, man, I got the blueprint and his credit score went up 100 points in 30 days. You get access to that blueprint instantly just by joining the community. All right. I ain't trying to sell y'all on nothing. I'm just trying to help you accomplish your goals. That's it. That's it. That's all. All right. And again, absolutely. Listen, let me go ahead and get everybody back in here real quick. All right. Shout out to Melanin Queen. She's been supporting the channel for a very long time. Appreciate you being here. All right. We ain't going to talk about that no more. All right. So, all right. He says, so Chef is a truck driver just passing through. Brother, say he passing through. Man. All right. Well, let me know when you back in Chicago, man. When you stop, because I'm actually about some major stops over here. So let me know. And of course, Ron Lake, appreciate you for being here as well. Chad, you already know what it is, man. We know we got to schedule this up as well too, and I'll be forgetting the basics too. Listen, Chad said, "Listen, okay, please, everyone, don't sleep. Calvin is your guy for personal finance. He is a plug. I appreciate that, brother. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. I'll be forgetting to tell y'all that. Y'all know what to do while y'all here. You listen, y'all know I don't talk about it much, but y'all know I'm getting close to this 100,000 subscribers. I am grinding. That's not why I'm going live tonight, but I'm going live just because I told you guys I most definitely would." But the 100K, let me tell y'all something, man. The 100K was not even a goal this time last year. It was not. Just so you guys know, the 1-year anniversary is coming up. And me and Star trying to work out the schedule, but she be so busy. But we got the 1-year anniversary from when her and I did that video that blew up, and it was crazy. That video dropped at the end of May, beginning of June. And because of that video, I saw the impact of just people are interested in different topics. Y'all don't always want to just hear I won't say the same stuff, but either way, I want to bring you all the content that you want to learn about. So again, please keep letting me know what you guys want to hear, what you guys want to watch, what you guys want to see. Please give me feedback inside the comments on these videos. One guy said, hey, I think that's excuse me, one guy had put on the video, hey, this is old information or this is inaccurate. I had my team research it and it had just became old information. They wasn't doing it anymore. I took that video down. I don't want to give wrong information. I don't like when people say certain things. I used to be like, when people will come like say, oh, well, your mic is messed up. I said, oh, that person's just being negative in the comments. No, my mic was cheap and I had to step my game up. When one person said, man, I love your content, but your camera you need to upgrade your camera game. Listen, let me know. I'm not going to say yes to everything, just so we clear. Okay. It ain't like that. But I care about the feedback, because if that's the whole point of making this content. And I'm sure Chad would say the same thing. The whole point of us making these videos is not just for you guys just to watch. It's not just the views. I want you guys to gain something from this. We can learn something, okay? Like tonight, you learned some valuable information. You learned that if you come to Chicago, don't listen to Melanin Queen. Don't just go get you some Harold's. Go to some Uncle Remus. This is valuable information. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, but listen, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video. I got some craziness dropping. Nothing tomorrow. I may go live tomorrow, but I got another crazy video dropping on Friday. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. And we'll see you guys coming soon. Look at that. Trying to sell us on that chicken. It's a good chicken, man. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never, listen, I'm from Memphis and we barbecue like crazy. I ain't never had nothing. The first time I had, man, they need to pay me. Okay, listen. Oh, look at that. Me and Chad will bring you some PSL. Hold up. What's PSL? What is this? Let me Google this. Hold on. I thought I was going to get up off this live. What is this? They say it's the Pakistan Super League. That ain't what this is. Let me see what PSL food. PSL. Hold up. What's this? I'm over here. What is this? I don't get it. All right. Yeah, I don't see what that is. Please keep me posted. Either way. Oh, Point St Lucia. Oh, yeah. My bad. See, I did not know that. Listen, I ain't got no problem going to Florida. I told my wife, if we get this, we get this to a certain point, I have no problem going to certain cities and we set up workshops and stuff like that. But again, I need to get this to a certain point, because I don't mind. Listen, I need to know y'all gonna show up. Is what's really gonna happen. We'll talk about that another time, man. Another time. Port St. Lucia on the Treasure Coast. Bets. Okay, bet. Like y'all standing tall on Florida, man. That's what's up. Either way, I'll get at you guys later. Greatly appreciate you guys watching tonight. We'll go ahead. I'll catch you guys again live tomorrow. I don't know what time. Oh, I'm going live in my community tomorrow at 12 noon. So if you say, Calvin, listen, let me tell y'all something. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody haven't joined the community yet. That means that if you can most definitely get me for an hour to yourself of asking all the questions you want to ask me. And it could be almost like a private one-on-one. Y'all better take advantage of this. This is going to be on tomorrow, 12 noon Central Time. It's a lunch and learn that I do inside of the community. It's going to be the first one. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. Other than that, I'm going to try to squeeze in a live on YouTube, but don't worry. Another video is dropping on Friday, and I will see you guys. And yeah, man, I greatly appreciate you, Cash. Listen, I appreciate you for being here as well. And Melon says, always great to catch you live. Absolutely. Appreciate you guys being here. See you guys.